Hey everybody, what's going on? Tommy here. So today I'm going to be doing a review, Seige, War for Cybertron action figures, Laserbeak and Ravage, and Skytread. You remember Skytread's name in the original G1 line was Flywheels. Unfortunately, Hasbro did not keep up with the name and they lost licensing on it, so they had to rename him Skytread. So getting in to the first set here, Laserbeak and Ravage. So both figures are a little bit on the small side. They're cool looking. Laserbeak kind of has that G1 cartoon vibe going on with the way his wings are bent in the back and the way that he has a visor instead of actual eyeballs like the original Condor figure had for the G1 and Diaclone lines. Ravage, on the other hand, looks a little bit bulky. He doesn't have that sleek aspect that he had in Diaclone and the G1 Transformers as a Jaguar. Not horrible, but I tell you, there's not a lot of points of articulation. The shoulders move a little bit on both the front and rear legs. But other than that, the rear legs will fold up a little bit. The front legs really don't do anything but fold backwards. So there's not a lot of articulation there. His head moves up and down. Laserbeak has the same as the G1, where the wings move a little bit, and the head has got 2 points of pivots at the base of the neck and at the top of the neck where his head is. Other than that, there really isn't a whole lot other to say about these two guys. I mean, they're decent the way they are. And as compared to the original G1 tapes, you can see that they are smaller even in the tape form. Now, where it really stands out is once they're transformed and they're in their normal robot modes, and you can see how much smaller they really are compared to them. The one thing I will say about Ravage, it set me off a little bit, it kind of put me off, is the fact that Ravage doesn't have a tail on this one. He's a Jaguar with no tail. I guess it was snipped for this line. I guess they had to make some cuts somewhere, and his tail was the beginning of that. So next up, we got Skytread. Skytread is a pretty decent looking bot. He's got some decent articulation. He's got a pivot at the bicep. He also has, the elbow joints. The shoulders move really well because they got the nice ball joints on there. So you get side-by-side, up and down action all the way around, 360 motion pretty much with the shoulders. He's got a little bit of head movement. He can kind of look a little bit up and down and side to side, but he's got some really decent leg movement. Now, the legs don't move back really, really far. This is as far as his leg will actually bend, but he's got ankle movement, so you can get him into some decent poses. Now, transforming him is not incredibly difficult. I mean, they split in half, and each half transforms just like the original Duocons did. The only problem that I really had was this top of his tank mode. It did not want to snap into place, and I had to mess with it a while before I finally got in, and the top feels a little flimsy. Now, as compared to the G1 Duocon, he was pretty much the same size in both their vehicle forms, which was nice. Now, the original one, of course, was a lot easier to transform. You just snapped the two halves together, and they pretty much transformed themselves. In comparison, you can see he's actually much smaller. The original is much smaller than the newer one. And if we compare him with his other partner in crime, Battle Trap, you can see that they are all pretty much comparable in size, except when they're in robot mode. Now, in comparison to Ravage and Laserbeak, you can see how much bigger he is and how much smaller they are. He can carry Ravage because Ravage is so small. Laserbeak gets mad, so then Laserbeak has to perch up there and look down on Ravage. All in all, they're pretty decent toys. I mean, there's a few issues with them, but I mean, they feel a little flimsy in spots, but when you get the figures that are that small, like Ravage and Laserbeak, this is going to happen. The one part on Skytread with that top door in his tank, feeling a little flimsy. I would say for his figure, that was all I really had as a complaint for him. Otherwise, I thought he was pretty solid. These are decent characters, all of them. So, what do you think about these guys? Do you like them? Do you think they're neat? I think they're pretty cool. Leave a comment down below. If you liked the video, please like, please subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Later, y'all.